Hello, this is Angelique, and you're listening to We're Booked Up, a segment of the Gaston Speaks podcast wherein Kendall, Andrew, and I discuss books. For this episode, we'll be discussing Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge by Kirsty Herlin Janssen. There will be spoilers, so maybe come back after you've read the book to avoid those. But first, what have we been reading or watching?
I've been super busy, so my brain can't focus. I had a really hard time focusing to read this book. So I'm still working on Accomplice to the Villain. There's still another one that I really am excited about reading that I've also started that I can't remember what it is right now. And I got Dungeon Crawler Carl because Angelique recommended it, and it's also blowing up my social media stuff because it's supposed to be really good. So now I've got that on my list too.
Okay.
And as far as watching, Marcus and I have started watching Taskmaster series. I think it's 20, the newest one that's available. It's just so funny. It is so funny. Andrew, I think you would enjoy it.
What is it?
So it's a British, what do you call it? Like a comedy show almost?
Panel show?
That's not a great description. So basically they get 5 comedians to come on, and prior to the filming, they've done these random tasks that are silly, and then they're also comedians, so they're making it funny, and it's just funny
like a
to
variety
watch.
type show type thing. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, cool.
And then they all come back, and then they watch the footage and they talk about it. And there's the Taskmaster who's in charge of doling out points just however he feels, like at random. And there's the kind of like the host guy who's keeping track of it all, and it's all a very lovely relationship.
What's it on?
You get it on YouTube.
Okay.
Just Taskmaster, Google it. Series 19 so far has been my favorite, and it has Jason Mantzoukas on it.
Okay, cool. Okay. Gotcha. Very nice.
I feel like there's other things I watched, but I can't remember right now.
I have been on a shindig streak. I have barely been at my house. It feels like for the last couple months.
Aren't we popular?
No, I wish no. Just everything is scheduled all at the same time, and it's too much. So I finished this book. That was my accomplishment.
Good job.
And then I have just been watching random things to take my mind off of stuff. Half the time I'm just scrolling on socials on my phone. And that's what happens when I get real tired. I can't focus on anything.
Mm-hmm. Are you scrolling our socials?
Our socials?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because we're popping now.
We've gone viral.
Multiple times.
For a good thing. I just feel like you need to qualify that. But no, but you know what? This one I was actually able to fly through. So I don't know if it was just the book or if it was like I had saved up all that energy of not reading since our last book, which I barely got through. The millennial one, yeah. Barely got through that one. So maybe it was like, okay, Andrew, you have this reading energy, and I flew through it this weekend. So who knows? What about you, Angelique?
I haven't been reading much. I've only read this book. I've tried, I've started 3 books and been like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to read this anymore, even though I liked them. I haven't really watched anything except YouTube. Yeah. Just random things on
Boy,
YouTube.
we're a hopping, exciting bunch full of lots of recommendations. So glad for the audience.
I recommend that you all watch something interesting and then comment on what we should watch and read.
Ooh, gauntlet's been thrown, y'all.
Yes. So,
We're
and then
getting
if it's
aggressive with the audience.
we're getting desperate. Is what we're doing. Yeah, maybe if you throw out something that could be one of our books for next year.
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be good.
So
Please.
But yeah, because I just think it's that time of year. There's so much stuff going on, and we're busy, and we got a lot going on here, and it's just it's now we're about to hit the calm down season in a little bit. So I'm hoping after this week. I keep saying that after this week, and then the next week presents itself new challenges. So
That is just so true.
do you not think that fine, just make it through this week, and then you look at your calendar, you're like, oh crap.
How many times have I said I'm going to come and I'm going to edit that other podcast with you? How many weeks in a row has it been?
2 or 3.
Yeah, it's about to be 4.
And next week's a short week, which means it will be the longest week.
Why is it a short week? Thanksgiving.
We just talked about this.
I know.
yesterday.
I'm struggling, guys.
But I'm like, those 2 days, I'm taking Wednesday off, those 2 days will be the longest 2 days of my life. That's how it always happens.
We'll do it.
It's all good. The book.
The book.
The book.
We ready to talk about it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Also, I have
Am
to...
I saying her name wrong?
No, and there's no possible way in which I can recreate the mouth sounds to make this okay. I'm going to play the bit for you when this is over. Or maybe...
Okay.
Okay, yeah, because, wow.
Yeah.
We're going to go with Kirsty, though.
Okay.
But that's really wrong.
How about KJ?
Kirsty.
I would love to tell you it's Kirsty, but it's also not. Oh,
That sounded more like Scottish than Norwegian.
well, it's in my blood. I'm 25% apparently,
That's right.
but I'm 100% American.
Ah,
Okay. I'm going to read the synopsis and then we'll rate the book. Travel to the snowy mountains of Norway this Christmas with this feel-good holiday story set at a quaint family inn, structured as an advent calendar with one chapter for each day in December for your daily reading pleasure. After a traumatic climbing accident, well-known alpinist?
We're in the South. It can be alpinist.
Well-known alpinist Ingrid Berg has returned to the small Norwegian village that her family has called home for generations. She's now ready to put away her ice axe and take over the management of the Glitter Peak Lodge for her aging grandmother, who's no longer up to the task. With Christmas rapidly approaching, the hotel staff are busy baking whatever that is. Kranse cake? I don't know. And saffron buns, decorating an enormous tree with tinsel and enlisting guests to participate in their St. Lucia celebration. But within short order of Ingrid's return, complications arise. Leaking pipes, last-minute cancellations, the resurfacing of a long-buried mystery, and the return of two men from Ingrid's past. Will Ingrid be able to keep the inn alive, or will her family's legacy be lost forever? That wasn't a very well done reading, but...
the synopsis was relatively accurate.
Yes.
yeah, that's true. Now, what do we rate the book?
You go first. No.
No, you go first.
How about Angelique, you go first?
Yeah.
2.75, maybe?
I was like 2.5, 2.6. Yeah.
You were feeling so good about it. I was a 3.5 star.
I was until the last 60 pages.
That's when I thought it got better. We are so opposite. Okay.
No, it was perfectly. I think I put it as a 3 on Goodreads because you can't do halves. So I rounded it up. So yeah, I would say between 2.5 and a 3.
Yeah,
I was solid.
3.5, and I don't know if I'm going to round up or down for.
I will
on
say that the
Goodreads.
overall rating was like 3.3 on Goodreads, which is really low for Goodreads. And then some of the books we've read, they've had like 4.5s, and I'm like, that book was terrible. So I feel like Goodreads users have not been as kind to this book as we are going to be.
I feel like this was a solid book. I think it's a good Christmas book. I
Yeah.
love that it's set up like an the advent calendar. And if we weren't trying to like hustle to finish it, it would have been a really easy read. One chapter a night. It's not terribly long.
Yeah.
The chapters
Yeah.
had a good pacing. My lack of focus was not because of the book.
Mm-mm.
It was because of me.
Alrighty then. You ready for the first question?
Yeah.
Very much so.
What did you think of the characters? Did they seem believable? Did you have a favorite or least favorite?
Well, I liked Maha. His name is not Maha.
How long did you call her Maha?
Until you told me yesterday that it was Maya.
Kendall listened to the audiobook, so she knows the
I
pronunciation.
saw
for the name.
Maja. I have just enough Spanish training to be deadly, and it was Maha.
There's no Spanish people in the
You don't know that. There were Syrian people
Yeah.
and American people. Maha could have been Spanish. I mean, she was like ingrained in the village and
Except
related
she
to
was
Thor,
Thor,
and
Satyrs,
Thor.
and
They were all named Thor.
I know.
It's like Thor something, Thorl, and Thor, like all Thor.
Well,
But-
Thor and his dad.
Thor and his mom.
His mom was Thorl.
His mom's name was Thor.
I was listening to the book. I think I made assumptions.
Yeah. They're all the
I think
three
his
Thors.
dad was like Thorbjorn, and then his mom was Thoril, and then he's just Thor.
I'm glad he was just Thor.
Just Thor.
Just Thor.
This is where the camera would be helpful.
If only.
Nothing. No.
Can I just say that I did not like Ingrid? She was I couldn't pin down her character.
I understand that. I liked her okay. She was giving me what's the book lover's character?
The main one?
That was
The
last
icy
year, I
shark
can't-
teeth lady.
Yeah.
That makes her sound like a monster. They always described her smiles as if she was shark's teeth.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Whatever her name was, they were kind of the same person to me. I liked her less and less as the book went on because I realized just how much, like, I don't know if it's a cultural difference or, like, as a parent, some of her reactions to things, I was like, that's not, are we a flawed character? Or are we just not thinking right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, encouraging Pia to reach out to her parents when Pia didn't feel safe because her parents were into cult stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, being like, okay, Hussein, I'm not going to tell your mom you sneak out and you're like, really excited to
And
climb
then the
this
kid almost
giant
died.
mountain and you're 6 years old. I liked those things less and less about her.
None of the characters were deep.
Mm-mm.
No, not
It
really.
was all very surface level. And again, if you're going for a Hallmarky Christmas book vibe,
Perfect.
it worked.
Yeah.
I know, but there are certain things in this book that just kind of kick the Hallmark Christmassy book vibe to the side.
But they didn't necessarily reflect themselves in the characterizations.
Yeah.
That's like the plot had some darkness to it.
It did.
But
Yeah.
the characters kind of were the same, and
Yeah.
they had like all of them had like one or two key character traits, and there really was not much
Yeah.
else other than those character traits.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the only one that kind of you really grew into was Freya.
Mm-hmm.
Because she started off kind of crazy and annoying, but then you realize the depth and all that kind of stuff. And by the end, but that was one of those things at the end. It was like she was annoying for like 300 pages. All of a sudden, we are a family. Like we're in the middle of Dreamgirls. Like it was just like, I don't. So that was one of those where I was like, okay, so she's suddenly not annoying now that she's blood relative. That don't make you less annoying.
Yeah, Ingrid was like, I don't want to celebrate Christmas with a Wilkinsons. Wilkinsons?
Wilkins.
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 Wilkins'
Eye.
We can't pronounce any names.
Even the American names we can't pronounce.
John.
I think her husband's name was Juan, so it's John.
John.
No, but that was probably the only.
That's funny because
See,
you
because
have
it's my
Spanish,
okay.
Spanish
They're from
pronunciations.
California.
They are.
See, I'm just saying.
They are.
Don't hate on Maha, okay? But she was probably the only one that had like the most character
Freya.
development.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the characters were kind of the same at the beginning and the end. I mean, Ingrid had some things, but
I feel like a really great way to describe that is I did not know there were so many different ways you could describe blonde. And I feel like these are all characters with a little bit slightly, it's like, I don't know, caramel vanilla,
yeah.
cinnamon vanilla,
Icy vanilla.
icy vanilla. Like, they're all just like a little bit tiny variation of each other.
I didn't dislike, like, the ones you weren't supposed to like, you didn't like. The ones you were supposed to like, I guess Ingrid's probably the one that you were supposed to like, that, but they tried to make her more complicated, I think was the deal there. But, like, and by the end, everyone was likable.
Yeah.
You know, that
even
was
Hallgrim.
Even Hallgrim.
Yeah.
Uncle Hallgrim.
Hallgrim.
So it's just like that. The plot had a lot to it, and then it all got wrapped up in like 20 pages. And everything was fine, but the plot actually had a lot to it. But the characters, they just didn't reflect in the characterizations.
Yeah, which sometimes I feel like happens in Christmassy books. You don't have very deep characters,
Right.
and it's all plot based. So I think this could still work in the context that it's set at Christmas.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Okay. Did I have a favorite character?
I don't know, did you?
No.
Okay, you know who my favorite character was? Actually, it's Thor, because he's the only character
Thor.
that had funny moments in his brain. Like, there were a couple moments I laughed out loud, and it's always when Thor. It was from like Thor was involved.
Mhm. He also was the most normal, down to earth. Like, you know, like his story made sense, and I don't know. I liked Thor. He was cool.
I have imagined he smells like sheep though. So I loved the conversation when he was talking kind of at the beginning of the book with Borghild and Ingrid, and he was talking about lambs and sheep, and he liked old ladies. If you know, you know. You apparently don't remember.
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you later.
I will say, so when we first met Borghild, I thought, this is another Nana Joy.
Yeah,
Or even in
I thought
the,
you were gonna love her best.
Even she wasn't that warm.
Mm-mm.
She wasn't that. What was the one last year that we liked? It was the Matzo Ball. We didn't really like the book that much,
Bubby.
but Bubby, yeah. But every year we have these Christmas books. There's always like that sweet grandmother character that you fall in love with. I didn't really fall in love with.
Every time she left the scene, she was like, I'm going to bed. Or he's like, I don't know where my Nana is. I'm like, she's dead.
Oh, my.
This book kept like throwing things at me. Like, why is this happening in a Christmas book? It's like, yeah, this lady's going to die. She didn't.
I also thought she was going to die. There's a couple things, mysteries that I don't think that got like touch up. Like, I
No.
thought we were going to go back and figure out why the parents died because they kept going back to it.
Yeah.
And she just laid so much in the beginning. In the first 20 pages, you knew that the little kid's going to get stuck on the mountain.
Yeah.
You knew, like, that there was going to be all these problems with the hotel. You knew that somebody was going to come in and try and buy it. You knew that there was going to be some kind of love interest triangle, which was very underplayed.
Yeah.
There was no triangle.
No, I mean, she reconciled with a past person.
Yeah.
That's literally, and then she fell in love with Thor.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, but I mean, like that was it. So to me, a love triangle, like there were like 3 pages
Mm-hmm.
where Thor thought there might have been something,
Yeah.
and that was quickly dismissed, and that was it.
So, I mean, but you knew that was going to go on. You knew there was going to be some mystery with Nana Borghild. But I don't know. There was just a lot. There was a lot.
It was a very long book, and it didn't need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of goes into the next question. What did you think of the book's pacing? Was it too fast, too slow, or just right?
Too slow.
But then you flew through it, so it's a weird like.
yeah.
It was too. For me, it's like you take 300 pages and you plot along, and then in 60 pages, and I know that's how climaxes happen, but I feel like that could have been spread out a little bit, or you could have had less introduction.
So I feel like part of the problem was they were spreading things out too much. How many times did Ingrid go to Nana and she'd be like, oh, I'll tell you later. This is not an appropriate time to discuss this. And I'm like, at least 2 or 3 times. And I'm like, y'all, spit it out.
It's like a video game where you have to finish one quest to get to the next quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that. Just say it. You can say it in a few sentences, I feel like.
Again, this could have
Just
been a
get to the-
200-page book, and it would have been light and fluffy
Yeah.
and fun Christmassy, and you still could have had a little dark mystery. It went on.
Not everything. Why? Pia said very clearly that she was not that far along. And then she had the baby in the same month. And then they were like, oh, it's all good.
Yeah. Didn't even go to the hospital.
Nope. I don't. I'm like, do y'all know how babies work?
You know, in the end, I don't know what the purpose of her character was. Like, I get that she put the stuff on social media, but then, like, the Sunny girl was kind of the one really leading that charge.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that they were failing was because that whole Alfred thing, they just threw in that he was, like, threatened his job and he was literally sabotaging. And then they're like, everything's fine.
And he's in love with Maya.
With Maha. I'm like, what are we doing?
It was just like so much. It just kept coming. It's like there's a baby and a love story that's not the original love story. And Christmas and a lot of food you can't pronounce.
This is like the finale of The Nanny where she's having the twins and Cece and Niles get married over them. And like, it turns out Cece's pregnant and it's like just chaotic. But that was supposed to because it was like a cheesy sitcom.
Well, I mean, I think this is supposed to be a little bit like except this cheesy sitcom started with this horrific like avalanche that is like my worst nightmare. I read that first chapter and put it down. I was like, I can't do this book right now.
But Alfred was literally like sabotaging them.
I know. Also, can we discuss how Alfred ate a Cheeto that we thought was dry rot?
Yeah, so I missed that plot point, and then later on they mentioned, I was like, oh, it was the Cheeto. Okay. And then the little snot kept feeding the mat. Like, anyway, that whole, it literally was like, I'd be like, you're fired, Alfred. Like,
I would have fired him too.
Like, I was being threatened by, and it's just, and then that whole thing too, where maybe this, I don't want to, I'll answer the question later of what was your least favorite moments, but,
Okay.
but yeah, so the pacing was
yeah, that was the question.
off, but I will say, even in the slow, it still moved. Like,
Yeah.
it was not, it didn't get so bogged down that I couldn't pick it back up and just keep going. So
I agree. I liked the short little chapters. I liked that it was set
Helped.
up like the Advent calendar. I liked all of that.
Mhm.
What you?
It was slow. I got tired of that non-communication thing where that was so annoying. Just say it. Just write it down and hand it to her in a note.
How'd you feel about those flashbacks?
Actually, those were like the better written part of the book to me.
Wow. Wow.
'Cause
Like
you
I would
hate
read the book
flashbacks.
about. I do hate flashbacks.
Yeah. Also, it's a very different tone, the flashbacks.
Yeah. Probably
Mhm.
helped. Anyways, are we ready for the next question? Or are
Uh-huh.
we done with this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think the author used the setting well?
Yeah. I mean, we learned that the roads are dire.
Oh, that made me so happy because we in the South get so much flack from people who move down from the North and are like, y'all can't drive. And it's like, the roads are icy. They live in Norway. Don't tell me that there's no snow in Norway. And they're like, the roads are icy. We can't drive. Got to get Thor to come do stuff. So, ha!
Yeah.
Norwegians could also not drive in the South, is what we learned.
Yeah, I feel like the weather and the majesty of it and the quaintness of it, like she did a good job setting that scene. You could feel what it looked like.
It
You
was
know
a
how I tell
character.
people that, like, if I can picture it as a film, then I know that like the setting's been done well. And I could picture what it looked like, and in my head, I could picture, the ice and all that kind of stuff, and the little village and like I don't know, it that was well done on her part.
Yeah, agreed. liked it.
Yeah.
Cool. We just want to move on to the next question.
Sure, I guess we answered it.
Did you have a favorite or least favorite moment or quote or passage?
Well, you
What?
said you had a least favorite moment, so I'm engaged.
Okay.
now. I'm locked in.
So 75 years of this feud
Yeah.
over all this darkness and all this stuff. And then they're like, we had a lot to talk about in the library that night and everything was fine. Alfred has literally been scheming against his employer. They've been feuding for years. They're trying to literally put this woman out of business. They haven't spoken. They won't even look at each other in the market. I mean, Weezer talked to Drum Eaton. That's how bad it was, that they wouldn't even look each other in the market. And then literally they don't, all that build up, and they don't say how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's like the little bit of conversation with Freya where he realizes, like they explained that much. And then it literally cuts to a lot was said that night in the library.
Mm-hmm. So you know what they need when they film it? It needs to be the Gilmore Girls Friday night dinner where they all hash it all out.
And it keeps
And it's just-
cutting between the
yes.
two. Yes, that's a great scene.
And it has the similar pacing of
Mhm.
as Claire Jimenez in the car when they're driving
Yes.
to
because it was so like, it
Mhm.
was like, oh, now everything's fine. Now that I know that Freya, and everything's good.
it was a little anticlimactic.
It really
Yeah.
was.
They were building this whole thing, this giant, like you're gonna get to the peak of the mountain,
Yeah.
and then it's like, and we skip it, and we're on the way back down.
And
know
then
what I
the
mean?
climax is like the preemie baby and the
Which was healthy, and they're fine.
right. And the fact that she's like, I don't think Thor has a crush on me, and then they're magically in love.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was not enough build up. Like there
Mhm.
was, but it was she never played into it, and then she played into it, and that was it.
Pretty much.
Well,
And
yeah.
the Preben character was a throwaway. I mean, in all serious,
Preben, like, he was
Preben, yeah.
I'm a little unclear. Is she going to participate in his organization? Is she not going to participate? Like, I didn't feel like that wrapped up well. I also don't feel like we hit hard enough on, like, what's getting fixed about the Hallgrim situation.
Yeah.
Are they going to sell to XO? I'm not really sure.
There's some comment Thor makes like "you belong here" at the end, so I get that's gave me the sense that they're gonna try to make it work. And now that Halgrim's not against them, then they can actually build and do all those things. And they have the social media they literally brought in this character to have a baby and post on social media because she did nothing else the rest of
So feminist.
Yeah.
This book.
I'm just saying like that. I was like, because the way they made it seem, she's like mysterious and you're really going to find out a lot. You didn't really find out that much.
She's just a lady. Nice lady. Nice pregnant
pretty,
lady.
Lord of the Wool
Truthfully,
things.
you could have combined Pia and Vigard and
David.
David, sure. Like you could combine a lot of characters in there.
And had
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
It was just a lot of people.
Yeah. So as much as like Vigard's the best friend, he does nothing.
No,
He
he
contributes nothing to this other than hinting that Thor has a crush.
And being her friend. Like again, I feel like he and Pia's character could have been
Mhm.
combined because you don't really need to have a baby, at, like unless you're trying to make like a baby at the inn and now there's room kind of moment.
Right. Right.
But I just I don't think it's necessary. I think you can combine those characters.
I also, okay, I know that because I have blood pressure issues, but the whole like Freya has a blood pressure issue and she screams, at the thing, and then she just doesn't, like, she just disappears for 3 days.
Cannot function.
Cannot function for
It's
3
like
days.
she has like a lapse, a mental, like, it's
Yeah.
like confusion. It's like, do you have a UTI, girl? Like, what's going on?
And then when she comes back, all of a sudden she's pleasant and everybody loves her. Maybe that's they needed a break from
Yeah.
her to be like, you know what, we kind of miss Freya.
Why was she outside Nana's door?
Like a Victorian woman suffering from hysteria.
Yes. This is
Again, it's like they built up a lot and it was slow, but there was also, you wanted to know what happened. You wanted to
Yes.
solve the mystery. You wanted to see how it turned out. And then it was just like,
I
At
feel
the
like I
end.
feel like we as the readers solve the mystery before anyone, and it's like so it felt drawn out. Like we know what happened, even with those flashbacks.
yeah.
We know we can guess how it went, and so when they're just like, "Oh, we've talked it out," you're like, "Yeah,
yeah,
because,
as soon as Borghild saw,
yeah,
oh, I know that face or
Yeah.
whatever. And yeah,
Well,
it
you
was-
know what's
yeah.
going on. Well, okay, let me say this. I assumed it was Hallgrim and some other chick, some other lady. I didn't realize it was going to be Hallgrim's sister. But yes, you knew how it was going to unfold. I wish that there had been some discovery. It could have been Thor and Ingrid reading the letters that they found.
yeah."
It could have been Freya saying, "Hey, are you familiar with any of this stuff?" Side note, this character did the good thing in which Lottie Hansen was Charlotte, whatever her face, Dahlin.
Yeah.
Because you can get Lottie from Charlotte. It made me think of way back to Mary Kate Andrews and the mystery about the name.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
how there was like a mystery about the grandpa's name, and we were like, you could have just not been. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This person did this well, better
Yeah.
than Mary Kate did back in the day.
And it wasn't necessarily uninteresting.
Mhm.
It just, I mean, that's there was sexual assault and she escaped and she built a life and this woman has spent years trying to figure out who she is so there's a lot going on there. It just didn't quite I don't know the word I'm trying to say.
Congeal?
Yeah, at the end. It just kind of womp.
You know, this is probably says more about me than the characters, but I don't understand why they were so into the mystery in the first place. They found a news article that barely said anything. They're like, "Yeah, we got to figure this out."
You're right. That setup was like
They jumped in like a Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen like detective.
know.
movie.
60 years ago, a woman disappears. It's like, well, why would she have kept? Maybe she just kept newspapers and it was
Yeah.
sitting in a cabinet. You know how much crap I cleaned out of my grandparents' house
I
that was just
know.
random stuff, and we would look and try to find the significance of it. It's like it probably got set there, something got set on top of it, or whatever, and then they closed the cabinet, and 30 years later, they're like, oh, what was this for?
Yeah.
Like my grandfather used to save all his newspapers because he would make like rolls to wrap up Christmas lights in, and he would wrap like things that needed to go up in the attic or stuff in newspapers. So there were tons of old newspapers with front headlines, that's something that happened in Gaston County, and I never went to one of them and was like, I wonder if this is a family member of mine.
That's so funny.
It's just weird. to
You're
me.
right. I forgot that setup was lame.
Oh, did y'all? So I feel like the mountain rescue could have been like the actual climax of the book.
Agreed.
Perhaps. But did you notice the Frozen quote?
There was a yes, I did.
Were you annoyed about it like I was?
Yes, I was. All because they referred to her as Elsa, and then they put Elsa with Kristoff. Elsa goes with Anna, and then the cold doesn't bother her anyway. Well, you know what? It bothers Kristoff. He likes things warm. That's why do you think he cuddles up with Sven at night? I'm telling you. This is.
You have seen that movie way too many times.
I'm so excited that they're making a third one, I think. The
Isn't
second
it time
one,
for like a live action?
But even
they've already done a live action play. It's on Disney. You can watch it.
oh,
I did not.
okay.
I started it.
What were you saying?
I don't know. I was, they did do a musical. I remember that. That was anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It was like the boy's missing in like 3 pages.
Yeah.
She's learned to climb and she's rescued him and all's well. I was like,
Yeah.
that's it? Like,
I agree that needed to be the climax. It needed to be more like farther along in the book, and I'm glad it was fast for me because I don't like it when bad stuff happens to little kids.
no, but again, you could have taken out 50 pages of some of that exposition and fleshed out some of those, had a flesh out of the rescue, fleshed out the conversation with whatever his name. No.
Halgrim.
Halgrim. And
Prabin.
Prabin, yes. And Maha. I'm standing by that. That's her name. No, all of those could have been fleshed out as like the finales of them, but we spent so much time waiting on Nana to tell her a story that then it was like, oh, I don't want to make this 500 pages, so rescue, baby, love, happy.
It really was, like you were saying, Angelique, how you have to finish your quest. You have to defeat the little boss before you can get to the mega boss.
Yeah.
But then the mega boss didn't feel that bad because it ended so quickly.
Yeah.
The muskox every single time. Oh my gosh.
That was annoying. The muskox. Just say their name.
Carl. Okay, so here's what I thought was going to happen. I thought
he was a right off. He was done.
Yeah, like what is the purpose of Carl? And like they specified that he's a mechanic, and I was like, oh, Carl's going to have the secret to what happened in the car. But then I realized that if Halgrim killed Angelina and Marius, that that's an irredeemable quality. They can't be happy hunky-dory in the end. They could have just made him be purely evil, kicked him off the mountain, and given Freya everything. Great. That's how it should have ended.
Oh, I like that.
I know.
Yeah, Carl, the only purpose of Carl was he dropped the hint. That something must have been happening. But then you get to the climax and it's like, Albert's been sabotaging us. Everything's okay. Like that whole thing. I'm sorry, that bothered the crap out of me. That was the only resolution to that whole thing.
Well, this is good because that's our next question. What did you think of the ending? It was quick.
It was
quick. It was so fast.
Yeah.
It was cheesy. Everything was happy. But even in the end, it was like Thor and Ingrid were sitting there, and then Hussein comes in and says something cute, and I was like, okay. I flipped the next page, and it was like the end.
So the other part, Ingrid struggles through this book with feeling like she lost climbing. And then she realized that she can do challenging things, but the challenging thing she's not going to do is climb. She's just going to stay at the hotel. Like they set it up for Hussein's father to be able to come and run the hotel so that Ingrid could go and run, this organization with Prabin and continue climbing again. But then she didn't do any of that. And no one says that Thor can't be her love interest still.
Well, and then there was a lot about her miscarriage.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, she makes a comment to Thor about helping take care of Hussein after they just said that the father was coming. So why would Thor need to step in to be a father figure if his actual father was fine? I mean, I'm not saying that you can't have multiple, that Thor couldn't be cool Uncle Thor, because remember he also made a comment he doesn't get to see his niece and nephews, but then they never really tied up, what about you? Do you want to be like a mother figure because you lost the child? It was just that whole last chapter was a weird throwaway, and I don't know what the purpose of it was.
It's like they made Thor the safe choice for Ingrid, but made the safe choice seem dull.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the best choice. It was like, because like Prabin came back and she was like, you know what? I don't hate him. We got his point of view where he was like, hey, you just left me holding the bag with everything. You just jetted. She did not talk to him one time.
That was the moment I'm like, I don't really like you.
I get that she's traumatized. Maybe it's a cultural thing that you just keep everything inside. I don't know. But yeah, it was just.
But it built it up like he was going to be a bad guy.
And then he wasn't a bad guy.
And he was confused. Mm-hmm. He was who he was. I mean, maybe he was a narcissist, all that kind of stuff, but he wasn't a bad guy.
Yeah.
No.
He made a mistake. Yes, it was not a good one. But when you realize that she just jetted out. I'm done.
Like he was even trying to atone, and he said that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can forgive someone that makes mistakes.
Yeah.
If they're trying to make it better. Or, I mean, she doesn't have to, but she seemed to, like, I don't know. It was very odd that she chose Thor because he was safe and warm or whatever. And she's just this ice princess. Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh, I texted Angelique at one point during their second kiss. She was describing his warmth, and one of the things she was like, in his warm breath. I'm like, if somebody put their warm breath on me, I have the ick
sheet
for
breath.
Thor. Yes, they're oh my gosh. The warm breath comment gave me the ick for Thor, even though he was a good character.
No,
and
no, yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
he was the funny one. Like, there was the scene where he's at the diner and he's talking about how everything's been the same, everything looks the same food. Even the lady sitting on the stool is the same lady since 1965 or whatever. Like, it made me laugh. Like, he was the funniest one, but he also had warm breaths.
There's like another mention of it in
I
like the
know.
last chapter. I'm
Oh
like,
my
should I
gosh.
text Kendall or just let her find it herself?
What? Warning, warm breath ahead. Like,
Seriously.
oh, okay. So now I'm sitting here. This happens sometimes where I'm sitting there going, did we really like it as much as we said we did?
Okay, well then let's talk real quick about the things we did like. We liked the brevity of the chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Setting.
The setting was great. The
Mhm.
food descriptions, here for it.
Yeah, cool
Mhm.
cultural. I mean, you learned a
Loved-
lot. Yeah.
yes. I mean, oh my gosh, the St. Lucia thing, she's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't have your house in order and your baked goods, she's coming and they're going to cause chaos down the chimney.
It felt
That's
though.
scary.
It did kind of feel like Rose and her Golden Girls stories about like all the different holidays in St. Olaf, because that's what, when Maya was like, "Oh, this is Saint So and So Day and Saint So and So Day." I'm like, so this is accurate, okay? I mean, I know they were ridiculous in Golden Girls, but the concept of like there's some little thing every single day that you got to keep up with because of some old legend, that was kind of funny.
And at the end of the audiobook, the narrator reads, I think, a little bit of the translator. The person who translated the book was talking about how she made certain choices and she changed certain names in
Mhm.
the book.
Yes, Sonny's.
Yeah. Oh, is it in the written?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, I would say Haiga, but Haigi, the warm, comforting vibe, like it feels like, with the soft lighting and a
Mhm.
cup of tea and a blanket and a fire, snow outside. You have a warm, cozy vibe. This does have that vibe. This has a warm, cozy vibe. It's not drinking a hot peppermint drink like
Yeah.
Mary Kay Andrews' first one we read. What was that one? The Santa
Santa
suit.
suit, yeah.
That one still has. That one and Let It Snow still are better in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
but
Let Us
this
Know was
still,
my favorite. I
Yeah.
really liked that one.
Mhm. And the matzo
Um,
ball. I liked the matzo ball a lot.
This one has like less of the problematic of some
Mhm.
like the second Mary Kay Andrews, even the first one. I mean, there was some
The guys are not as problematic.
right.
Yeah.
No, actually, the guys are
Fine.
cool. Yeah.
I'm okay with the guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Not all
Halgrim's
of
not
them.
good, but you know that. It's not like they're trying to pretend like he's good. And
Mhm.
even in the end, it's like, well, I think I'm going to try one more visit with Uncle Halgrim. But even there was that hesitation of like, I'm going to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily that I'm going to, yay, it was Freya's like, I'm going to make an attempt,
Yeah.
But we don't know because we didn't know what happened in the library because conversations happened. It bothers the crap out of me. I don't know why.
You know my
No
favorite
one was
part
in
of that?
the room when it happened.
You know
my
favorite-
when it happened. Sorry.
My favorite part of that is like there's just like employees in there too.
I
Just listening
know.
to this family drama.
And yes.
And then Pia, she's in there, I think, right?
Guests are in there. Vhagar.
Random people in
Vhagar
there
and David are
listening
in
to
there.
this family history. Has nothing to do with them. They're probably just sipping their drinks and writing stuff down.
Are you kidding me? This would be the best event. If I would be like, is this a play? This is wonderful dinner theater.
I want Vhagar to do a podcast on this conversation he
I
overheard
know.
at his friend's hotel.
I'm telling you, I think Vhagar's podcast would be more entertaining than anything else.
That's funny.
Aw. All right. Can you think of anybody you would want to cast in a movie of this?
Oh, Lord.
I feel like we should do Norwegian actors and
I
when
don't know any
applicable.
Norwegian.
Yeah, me neither.
I would end up casting the only Swedish actor. So it's the
Yeah.
team from Mighty Ducks
Yeah.
2.
The Skarsgårds, the
And
Skarsgårds.
the Skarsgårds. That's all I know.
Okay, Norwegian actors.
You don't know any of them, do you?
Mm.
No, I don't think so.
I also can't pronounce any of them. So there's a Thorbjorn. So maybe he could be something.
In my head, Hallgrim was who's the guy in Lord of the Rings that's plays the little stumpy redhead character?
Jonathan Rhys Davies?
Oh, who played the
Who's got, like,
Gimli? The dwarf?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like the
Oh,
same
but
way
I
you shrink
loved
him down,
Gimli.
you can make him massive and just like a big burly guy.
Y'all, I'm on page like 3. I do not know apparently one Norwegian
I'm
actor.
so sorry,
Liv Ullmann,
Norway.
who I believe is dead.
I only know like a few like maybe Swedish ones, like Alicia Vikander. I think she's
Yeah.
Swedish.
Let's try Swedish. It's all the same.
Oh, no, it's not. It's a different
It's
country.
totally the same, but I mean, it's totally different. But I don't know any of those Swedish actors. I can't type. It came out Swedish.
Swedish.
The Skarsgårds. So Stellan and Alexander.
They can play every character.
Oh my gosh, I would love to see that. You kidding me?
Alicia Vikander. And then a lot of then it's like Ingrid Bergman. She's dead.
Oh no.
Max von Sydow. He's dead. And then Bill Skarsgård. Okay, that makes sense. Greta Garbo's dead.
Stellan Skarsgård could be
Yeah.
Hallgrim.
There you go.
There
He
you
has
go.
a vibe.
Rebecca Ferguson. She's in the new Catherine Bigelow House of Dynamite. It's on Netflix.
Ooh.
Apparently, it's very good. And we're back to not knowing anyone. So basically, outside of the Skarsgård clan.
We will leave casting up to somebody in Norway.
Okay.
Yes.
Do we have any
Yes.
final thoughts or notes or anything like that?
You have your oh. Yeah.
You gotta get your phone.
I don't actually know.
I think I have some notes. Let's see. What did I say?
I'm gonna pretend like I'm looking at my notes, but I don't have any notes.
Why did I write that? Hold on.
Oh.
Put what's Preben up to? Will he bring the mafia?
Why would
I don't know.
Craven be? That's awesome. Oh, Meow Grit. That's a great name for a cat.
I did like
Musicina.
the cat.
Oh, I know why. It's because at some point Aisha and Ingrid were talking about like this cousin of her husband that got kidnapped and tortured. Like
Yes.
15 years old, and then the next thing is Preben's talking to like these people in power or something. I'm like, okay, is this gonna be something they're gonna do?
I did have a note for when Ingrid went climbing because she knew she was pregnant. And it's not that I'm like, oh, when you're that early, you can't go climbing as far as like falls or protecting the baby. But pregnant women in their first trimester very often become dizzy easily. And I would be very cautious. I feel like that she should have at least told somebody else that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, it
They
wasn't,
weren't
it didn't
just
end up being a
climbing.
plot.
This was like intense.
Yes.
This is not like taking a hike up Crowders. Like this is a very intense.
Like you
high
getting
level.
dizzy is
Yeah.
going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
But also that wasn't a plot point in the book, so it's probably fine. It's probably all fine, except for the fact somebody died, but not because she was pregnant.
There also was not really that much about the guy who died. Like we hear he was wonderful.
Oh, I thought the grandma in Hallgrim had the secret baby. I didn't realize it was going to be the sister.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
I think that would have been better.
Here's a note. Too many exclamation points in this book.
Here, here.
Like every time somebody greets someone, like, "Hi, how are ya?"
Yeah, my note is basically the end of the book! Exclamation mark. Now Alfred loves Maya. That is the fastest birth ever. Also, oh my gosh, they're like, oh, we can't even eat. Y'all know how long it takes for the first baby to come out? A long time. They could have gotten down that mountain. And yeah, some things I need to address when we are closed. Did this give you PTSD, Andrew?
No, it did not. For those who are wondering, I was also stuck on a mountain and got frostbite and hypothermia. And no, I did not.
Did they tell you to take a hot bath after that? Because the kid got a little bit of frostbite, and they told him to take a hot bath.
Yeah, no, actually what they did was I was in a hospital in Wilkesboro, North Carolina, a very small hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They actually took a cardboard box and they cut out enough. No, seriously, they cut out enough of the box to fit my feet in, and then they put a blanket over the box, and it created an oven to warm the feet back up.
Oh, that's
Aw.
good.
I mean, slowly warming is better
Yeah.
than quick, so I'm surprised
And then
as well.
I got like a lot of hot cocoa and hot chicken noodle soup because I also had hypothermia. So
Oh my gosh, that's so sad. I
But
don't
no,
like it
that's
when
how-
bad stuff happens to kids. Humor's how I process it.
No, it was fine. But that's how they did it. And because Dad's like, when my parents finally arrived,
Oh, this is
my
so
mother was
sad.
distraught. And but
yes.
my dad was like, what the heck is this?
Chicken
Is
noodle
this a real
soup.
hospital? And he was when one of his firms he worked for, they did that hospital. So he knew the hospital. He was helped design parts of it.
That's
and
cool.
And he was like, do they not have a real piece of medical equipment to do something with. They just needed them to get warm, and that was
Yeah.
some nurse concocted that, and you know what? It worked.
I love that your dad helped build the hospital that saved your toes.
Yes.
That's
Isn't
really
that a fun
lovely.
fact? Yes.
It's
Well, designed the hospital. So,
yes, that's lovely.
but no, I did not have
Did he-
PTSD from my. I still love the snow and stuff. I just don't like camping.
Camping's horrible.
I love camping in a hotel room.
glamping.
Glamping. No, not even that. I don't want to be. I want solid walls around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
here's a note. Is the mountain climbing communities really such a topic of hot gossip? Am I missing out? It seemed like the way she talked about it, she was like her and Prabin were in the news or something.
International news
Yeah.
at that. I also felt that. I was
Gossip
like,
columns.
am I supposed to know who's alpining this week?
Like maybe if it were Norway specific, that would make sense
Yeah.
because
Yeah, maybe, but
like if you go to the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, they always have
Yeah.
those northern European countries always do very well because they have mountains and skiers and that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I'm not keeping up with the hot goss on the
I
alpiners.
do know a little bit of hot goss about, it's not alpining, but it's snowboarding. Shaun White and Nina Dobrev are no
yeah, but
longer
they were
together.
he was an Olympian though.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people weren't Olympians.
I
Yeah,
know.
they're just climbing rocks. Do you have any more notes?
No.
I have two more.
Okay.
When I read this book, I can only imagine blank-faced characters sitting in rooms trying to emote because I just was not connecting with the characters at all.
I don't think they were connecting very
I
much
know.
with their internal
No, again,
world.
plot and build up of plot.
Very plot driven.
And scene nailed it.
Yeah.
Well, not all. I mean, we had some plot points, but in general, it kept it moving. But characters were not great.
And then there are too many cliffhangers that are not cliffhangers.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like every time a conversation's supposed to happen and then it
Mhm.
just doesn't. It made me so mad.
that's why I think I liked Let It Snow because it had a lot of plot driven. It had a cheesy ending, but those characters were great.
They
Yeah,
were.
they were
so well
good.
written.
They were good.
And that elevated it versus this book. So
All right. Any more thoughts? Notes?
it's
Merry
still
Christmas, Happy New Year's, all the things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Happy St. Lucia's Day. I hope she doesn't come down your chimney and destroy your house.
know.
Bake your goods, guys.
Bake your goods, clean your house.
That's what's wrong with me because I don't bake goods in the house. There's just the St. Lucia's just like following me around.
Oh, is
I'm gonna
Finley
blame.
like the little? You should dress Finley up as St. Lucia
St.
this year.
Lucia.
St. Lucia,
I
sorry.
will say the whole like white face in the window that's like a fear of mine. Is
Yeah.
like seeing somebody in the window.
Yeah.
Hey, that happened in the jump scare in the Lucy Foley book we had. Was the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it scared you?
yeah. And then it scared me because it was really not good. Remember, all they had were jump scares and they led to nothing.
Yeah. Pretty much. All right, we ready?
Yep.
To end this episode, I'm going to promote yet another library e-resource, Freegal. Freegal is a free music service through the library that allows you access to nearly 7 million songs. All you need is your library card, and you can download up to 5 songs a week to keep and stream up to 3 hours of music a day. You can even create your playlists or listen to ones created by the service, including holiday music playlists. So if you're looking for some holiday music, you can access Freegal at gastonlibrary.freegalmusic.com or download the Freegal app in your app store. I'll leave a link in the episode description. That's it for this episode of We're Booked Up. Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge is available in the library and on Hoopla. Let us know what you think of the book and what you think of what we think of the book. Just leave a comment at the Off the Shelf blog at gastonlibrary.blogspot.com or at gastonspeaks.podbean.com. All going well, next month's book will be Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. Thanks for listening.
Thanks.